deck design video. In the last one, we worked on this board here, and it looks honestly amazing. I love the way it turned out. This is Usopp from One Piece. We've also done Luffy from One Piece, and I just think they're both incredible boards. Love the whole wood burn aspect, but today, the person that commissioned me to do this also commissioned me to make them a Sonic board. I know I've already done a Sonic board in the past, but we're gonna be doing another one, and I think it's gonna be more on the arcade style. I'm not really sure how I'm gonna go about it yet, so that's what I've got to figure out. But that being said, this is the board we're gonna be using. It is one of my color changing decks. I don't know if you can see it that well on camera. It's a little cloudy. This one I made a few months ago, and it was just a drastic failure, so I'm going to repurpose it for this video because it's blue and works well with Sonic. So yeah, if you're curious about the board that I was talking about where it was just a drastic failure, it was in this video where I made new shop decks, which this also kind of changes colors. It's like blue to purple. It's really cool. These are available on my website at shopkingco.com. This one glows in the dark, this one does not, and this is more of a like purple, red, orange fade. So two of my favorite shop decks, and yeah, we're gonna be using one of those because I didn't like the way it turned out. Without any further ado, let's jump right into this, shall we? So the plans for this board. As you can tell, I'm using paint, which I usually don't use because it creates a lot of texture and it's a little difficult to work with sometimes. Well, today I thought it would be a good idea, and it actually was. I had three colors that just worked perfectly and matched Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails, so that made life a lot easier. And the textured look I was worried about actually works really well for this design. What I'm currently doing is putting down a sloppy base layer just so I know where all the colors are going to be. I'm trying to work with the biggest areas of colors first, that way it's less likely for me to mess them up and I don't have to keep switching paint brushes or paint. Once I finish the base layer of colors, I go through and use my white Posca marker, aka paint pens, on almost all the areas that should be white. Again, same purpose here, just trying to minimize the amount of switching from one thing to another. I went ahead and let this dry overnight and everything's looking really good. The colors are pretty spot on in my opinion. I mean, they could be a little bit better, but that's not bad for just using little acrylic paint. Typically I have a lot of issues with paint and it takes forever to get good color, but this is only about one layer for everything. I still have to do a second layer to get rid of any of the streakiness, so it's looking good. The white's looking good up here. It's still, again, streaky, but I'm gonna go back through and fix all that, and then we can get my little black marker and outline everything and do all the fine details. So yeah, it's looking good so far. Really happy with it. Now it's time to go through and do everything all over again, but actually make the colors more solid. So yeah, this process takes quite a while and it's kind of repetitive, but we're going through and doing the same base colors, just making it more solid. During this process, I had a ton of issues with the white actually being white, and it's because it doesn't really have a proper layer to stick to, and that's because I'm big dumb and forgot to scuff the deck before starting the project. Yeah, lesson learned there. Make sure the decks are sanded. I will repeat that like 3 different times in this video. After I finish the base foundation, I'll go through with my black marker to start the outline, and this is usually the easiest part as long as my hands are steady, which sometimes they're not, sometimes they are, but again, usually it's the easier process. Except in this case, it wasn't, because it started to peel some of the paint, it started to pick it up on the marker itself, and again, it's because I didn't prep the board. I should have prepped the board. That's all it takes to make everything work perfectly. Just prep the board. I'm still learning, okay? Don't judge me. Now all that's left to do is the remainder of the detail, which you'll see a little bit now, and then the rest after this little update clip. I guess it's time to do a quick little update, and everything's turning out really, really well. I do wish that I sanded the board down a little bit before starting this because there's clear coat on it and everything is just, it's not sticking like it should. I'm making it work, as you can tell, like it looks really, really good, but if I sanded it down and made it a little bit more rough, it probably would have worked much easier. So you definitely sand down your boards if you're going to be painting at home. But overall, like I said, it looks really good. There's some small details I've left, like an eyes all throughout, and then his shoes, and then a few more just other small details. Also, pardon the dogs there right outside the door fighting. But yeah, overall looking really good, and just a little bit left, and then I can do clear coat. It's done! Well, kinda, not really. I still have to do clear coat, but you guys have seen me put clear coat on like every single board I've made, so I don't really think you need to see that process, just like you didn't need to see the process of me doing the whole outline with the projector, because I do that like every deck design video, which, great idea if you haven't done it before. But yeah, this whole thing looks so good. I'm really proud of this one. It was very challenging, I'll be honest, but the end result is just outstanding. So if there's a board that you guys want to see me make, let me know down in the comments below. I don't know which board I'm going to do next. I have an Inuyasha board. I said that terribly. I butchered the name. I don't want to even try that again. But yeah, I have an Inuyasha board that I want to make, and I don't know what else. So yes, leave it down in the comments below. And I do obviously make commissions, which is what this board is, and same thing for this board. Both of these were commission pieces, and I'm really glad I got to make them. I'm really proud of both of them, and I learn a lot every single time I do one of these boards. So yeah, really happy. If there is a board that I haven't made on my channel before and you want to see me make it and you would like to help support the channel, you can email me or message me on Instagram and let me know your ideas. I typically charge about $50 plus shipping to do commissions, and if you want to pay optional like a tip, you can. But that's, again, 100% up to you guys on if you want me to commission a deck for you. It will be featured on the channel. Every single deck that I make that is new and different is always featured on the channel. So yeah, if you want to support that way, definitely let me know. I'd really love to make more boards. It's a really fun project for me, and it's a nice headspace that I get to have. It kind of clears out everything else. So as you can tell, I kind of have a weird personality right now where it's a little bit happier than usual. I don't know. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoy the content. I know I've done like 3 deck design videos in a row, and I'm sure you guys want to see something else, especially when it comes to the 10,000 subscriber video, and I need to figure out how I'm going to do that. Could be a Q&A. I don't know. Give me some feedback down below. I gotta really figure that out because we did that a couple weeks ago and I've just been slacking and behind schedule, so yeah. Anyway, like I said, that's it. Leave a like if you enjoyed the content, subscribe if you're new, make a comment because it helps the channel. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay awesome. Later.